So every time we come to Rockbridge County, which is, that's where my people are from. When they came, on my dad's side of the family, they came over from Ulster in Northern Ireland. They were a Scots-Irish community planted in Northern Ireland to have a Protestant community and a Catholic surrounding. And they came here. And in about 1732 or so, the first Paxtons began to settle in what is now Rockbridge County, Virginia. Back then, it was all part of Augusta County, and there was a Borden grant which was given to actually form Lexington and what would now be called Rockbridge County when it broke off from Augusta. Augusta County is just north of us, about 22 miles, and you're in Augusta County. Down here along the Buffalo Creek, my fifth great-grandfather, Thomas Buffalo Paxton, they called him Buffalo because he settled here in about 1732, broke this land with his bare hands around the creek. So if you can get a look around and imagine, you know, breaking this ground with your bare hands, maybe some horses, some crude homemade plows, this is where they settled. And from this place came my family line. Thomas Buffalo Paxton was also nicknamed Boatyard because a little bit on down the creek and you pick up the Morey River and you run on over to Glasgow, and Thomas owned a boatyard there. He was also a farmer. They grew a lot of tobacco and different crops. So it was a wealthy time for the Paxton clan. And what had happened that led the Paxtons to this part of Virginia is they were coming over from Adams County, Pennsylvania, on the old wagon road, and a wagon wheel broke here. And you really don't know what happened. The story doesn't tell all the details of what actually they thought about or went through their minds or whatever. But I can imagine they said, man, let's just stay here. And this is where it all started for our family. They got the wagon wheel fixed, and they decided to apply for, and they received plots of land for each family. And it's just amazing to me. And much of this has not been rerouted. Now, parts of the Morey River, we're told, has been rerouted since that time. But the Buffalo Creek flows in exactly the same place it flowed then. And you can almost see them fishing down there off them rocks. So when we get an opportunity to come to Rockbridge County, which is quite often, we like to do a lot of TV taping. It's usually sunny and nice here, like it is today. I told my wife the difference is, we've been here 8 days. The first day we got here, it was raining. So it rained 1 out of 8 days. In Traverse City, usually in an 8-day period, the sun comes out once in an 8-day period, and that's the difference between Rockbridge County and northern Michigan with all the bays and the cloud cover that we get. There's not that much cloud cover here, so it sounds a little bit like an infomercial maybe to get you all to come down to Rockbridge County and visit, but that would be a good idea. And almost every American can trace their immigrant ancestors back to one of 3 places. You can trace it back to Pennsylvania, to Massachusetts, or to Virginia. One of the 3. Because during those days, the earliest immigration days, it was those places. My family came in the port of Philadelphia, and they settled around what is now known as Gettysburg. The patriarch died there. His wife and her children and brothers and all of that decided to keep going. And this is where they ended up. And I'm glad they did, because it's my happy place. It's like a little magical place in the world for me to come, and I just always hear from God here. My wife and I have a great time, and we pray that you are enjoying the footage that we get to bring to you on TV 2. It's not TV 2 anymore, I know, 198 or whatever you're on. God bless you, we love you, and we'll see you a little further on up the road.